We've done at Algebra 1, we've made it to lesson 9.7, and in celebration, I'm bringing out the lightsaber. The quadratic formula and the discriminant is our final topic in Module 9. We've got an essential question again, a couple of them, and some very simple vocabulary terms. Take a moment to read through those and select continue when you're ready. We've got a very important formula. It's called the quadratic formula. And it goes like this. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I'm going to put a link right here if you'd like to hear a song for it. I'm not going to make you guys listen to me sing it, but there's some great ways to remember this formula. All right, so when we are given any quadratic equation in standard form, so we've got the first term is our x squared, second term is b just to the linear, the x, and then plus some constant equal to 0. We can identify a, b, and c and find our solutions of an equation. It's going to look like this. So we're going to use this quadratic formula and find our equations. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure it's actually in standard form. And we can see we've got our x squared here, but we've got a constant and then our linear term. So we need to rearrange this. So I would always make sure it's in standard form before you begin. Sometimes you might even have a number over here that needs to be moved over the equal sign. That could happen as well. So we want to make sure that is actually in standard form. Once we have it in standard form, we're going to identify A, B, and C. And all those are the coefficients to each term. So the A value is the coefficient to the x squared. The b value is the coefficient to the x, so the 5, and the c is the constant. Make sure you grab that negative as well. Now let's throw it into our formula. It's going to look like this. X equals negative b, so we've got that b right there. That's the 5, so negative b plus or minus, and we'll come to what that means in just a moment, the square root of b squared, which is that 5 again, but we're going to square it, minus 4ac. So this is times, I'm going to use parentheses. So 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is negative 4. Okay, and then I'm going to put all of that over 2 and an a, which is 6. Okay, and then we have to simplify this. So x is going to equal negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25, that's 5 squared, minus 4 times 6 times negative 4. So this is all going to be, let's see, so negative times a negative will give us actually a plus here. 6 times 4 is 24 times another 4 is actually going to be 96. And that's going to be all over 12. We're going to add those two terms inside of the square root. So the square root acts as a, like parentheses. So order of operations, we actually are going to add those two together first. And that's going to be negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 121. Aha, that's a number I know, divided by 12. So x is going to equal negative 5 plus or minus 11, because that's the square root of 121 divided by 12. And then we're going to split this. So right here, this plus or minus means to split that into 2. And I'm going to have negative 5 plus 11 over 12, excuse me, or negative 5 minus 11 over 12. Making myself just a little bit more room. And I've got negative 5. So I'm looking right here. Negative 5 plus 11 would be 6 over 12. And negative, and that's going to reduce. Negative 5 minus 11 would be negative 16 over 12. So I'm just going to put a comma. And then if I simplify both of those, it looks like I get 1/2, and 4 divides into both of those. So I'm going to get 1/2 and 4/3. And those are my two solutions. So the question really becomes, why? Why would we want to do this? Because there's really no other way to find those solutions. We could factor. Factoring wouldn't be too bad for this problem, I don't think, but some of you don't like factoring. So if factoring has been a problem for you, this is another method that you can use instead of factoring to help you out and get the correct answer, to get our solutions for an equation that might just be a little bit simpler for some of you. There are some other things that the quadratic formula also does for us, and we're going to explore those in the next video.